Here's how to graph a linear equation by making a table. So given the equation y minus 2 equals negative x, the first thing we want to do is solve it for y. Write it in the form of y equals everything else. So I need to isolate y to the left of the equal sign. So notice I have y minus 2, so I will add 2 to both sides of the equation. Okay. And that gives me the equation y equals negative x plus 2. Now I'm going to make a table. I have an x column where my x values that I will plug in are from negative 2 to 2. And what goes in the center of this table is whatever y equals. So in this case, y equals negative x plus 2. That's what goes in the center of my table. And now I'm going to plug in each value of x. Now this is a little tricky because notice it says negative x. If x is a negative number, then that means a negative 2 plus 2. And negative 1 times negative 2 is a positive 2 plus 2 gives me a 4. Be very careful when your coefficient of x is a negative number. Plugging in negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2 is really 1 plus 2, or 3. 0 is easy. 0 plus 2 is 2. Negative 1, now that my x is positive, is just negative x, or negative 1, plus 2, which is 1, and negative 2 plus 2, which is 0. And this gives me 5 ordered pairs. Read the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate. So when x is negative 2, y is 4. When x is negative 1, y is 3. When x is 0, y is 2. When x is 1, y is 1. And when x is 2, y is 0. And then just connect the dots. If for some reason your dots, when you connect them, that doesn't turn out to be a line, it means you must have made a mistake in your calculation somewhere. Let's take a look at another example. Here's the equation negative x equals 3 minus y. Remember, the first thing we need to do is to write this in y equals form. We need to get the y all by itself. A couple different ways to do this. I think what I'll do is start by subtracting 3 from both sides. That gives me negative x minus 3 equals a negative y. I'd like my y on the left, so I can just flip the whole equation. Put the negative y on the left, and then have a negative x minus 3. And now I'm going to multiply the whole thing by a negative 1, because I don't want to lead with a negative y, I want to lead with a positive y. So that's going to give me y equals x plus 3. Recall that what goes into the center column of the table is what y is equal to. So in this case, it's x plus 3. So plugging in each of our x values, for x, negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. 0 plus 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 2 plus 3 is 5. And now let's plot each of those points. So when x is negative 2, y is 1. When x is negative 1, y is 2. When x is 0, y is 3. When x is 1, y is 4. And when x is 2, y is 5. And connect those dots with a straight line. And again, if you don't end up with a straight line, you probably did some miscalculating in the table here. And that's how you graph a linear equation, by making a table.